That gut-dropping moment when you realize the door just clicked shut and your keys are definitely on the inside.
Oh, yeah.
Or maybe you're looking at your home just thinking, is my security truly, up to par? It's a universal feeling, isn't it?
It really is, that little flicker of panic or just wondering about safety.
Today, we're going to cut through some of that noise and dive deep into the world of locksmith and security services. And not just the emergency stuff, but everything from, urgent lockouts to the careful choices you make for long-term peace of mind.
Our mission for you today is pretty simple.
Yeah.
We're not just listing facts. We want to equip you with a real strategic understanding.
Okay.
We've looked at insights from various London services, focusing a bit on Brixton and Streatham specifically.
Right.
To give you the leverage you need to make genuinely informed decisions, whether you're facing a crisis or planning a proactive security upgrade.
So you'll walk away knowing not just what's out there, but why certain choices really matter.
Exactly. You'll know the why.
Okay, let's unpack this then. Let's start with that scenario, the one we all dread. You're locked out.
The heartstopper.
It's late, or maybe you're running late for work, standing there on the pavement. Your first thought is, understandably, speed. How fast can someone get here?
Absolutely. Priority number one.
But almost immediately after that comes the dread of, okay, how much is this going to cost me?
Yeah, the wallet panic sets in.
In an emergency, these two things, speed and cost, they become absolutely paramount, right? And they often feel like they're completely at odds.
And that's precisely where a company like, say, Locksmith for London seems to have found a really interesting strategic position.
How so?
Well, they don't just say they're fast. They actually guarantee arrival within 20 minutes. Anywhere in London.
20 minutes. Seriously.
Yeah, and they specifically highlight that for Brixton postcodes, SW2 and SW9, and all over Streatham.
Wow.
What's really insightful here, I think, is that this isn't just about logistics. It's about understanding customer psychology when they're stressed.
Right, it's managing the panic.
Exactly. That 20-minute promise.
Yeah.
It takes a moment of sheer panic and turns it into something manageable. It's like a psychological anchor when you feel completely stuck.
Yeah, it says help is actually coming, and it's coming fast.
Precisely.
20 minutes when you're standing outside, maybe it's pouring rain, or you've got a massive meeting. That's not just fast. That's a huge, huge relief. But then, okay, the price. We've all heard horror stories, haven't we? Emergency call-outs costing a fortune.
Oh, definitely. The fear of the unknown bill.
So Locksmith for London tackles this head-on. They state starting prices from only $29.
Which sounds very reasonable.
It does. And what's fascinating here, and I think a critical insight for anyone needing emergency help, is their emphasis on transparent pricing.
Okay, what does that mean in practice?
They stress no hidden fees or call-out charges. This isn't just about being cheap. It feels like they're trying to disrupt a common, sometimes predatory practice.
Right, hitting that fear of being exploited when you're vulnerable.
Exactly. They're promising unbeatable value, explicitly targeting that worry.
Yeah, and that transparency, stating a clear starting price right from the beginning, that drastically lowers your anxiety level, doesn't it?
For sure.
It shows a commitment to, well, fairness in an industry that can sometimes feel a bit murky with pricing.
And it builds trust, presumably.
It has to. And it's not just about the cost. They also highlight, over 15 years of experience across London.
Okay, so they've been around.
Right. And their locksmiths are fully certified, insured, and vetted, which, isn't just a list of qualifications.
What does it imply, then?
It implies a depth of problem-solving ability. After 15 years, they've likely, as they say, done and seen it all.
Meaning they can probably handle weird or complex lock problems efficiently.
That's the idea. Not fumbling around,
Yeah.
not escalating costs through trial and error. It means faster, more effective solutions for you.
That kind of deep experience is definitely comforting. It suggests they'll not just get you in, but do it properly the first time. And the peace of mind apparently doesn't stop when the job's done. They offer a pretty significant one-year guarantee. For everything.
Everything. Parts and labor.
Parts and labor, yeah.
Yeah.
If any problems pop up within that year, they promise to come back and fix it for free.
Wow. Now, for emergency repairs, a guarantee like that is actually quite rare.
It really is. It speaks volumes about their confidence, I think, in their work and the parts they use.
Absolutely. It's a real commitment that goes beyond just getting the door open right now.
And their services aren't just about lockouts, are they?
No, not at all. Beyond just getting you in, their scope is remarkably comprehensive. They handle emergency lockouts, yes, but for homes and businesses.
Okay.
plus urgent lock repairs, replacements, and, importantly, security upgrades if needed right then and there.
And they mentioned something specific about UPVC doors.
Yes. What's particularly insightful is their specialization in UPVC door and window locks.
For people who don't know, what's significant about UPVC?
Well, UPVC, it stands for unplasticized polyvinyl chloride. It's that durable plastic used in those of modern doors and windows, especially across London homes.
Right, the white plastic frames you see everywhere.
Exactly. And those doors often have these complex multi-point locking systems.
Ah, where it locks in several places down the frame, not just the middle.
Precisely. Multiple bolts securing the door at different points.
Okay, so those sound really secure, but probably quite tricky to fix if something goes wrong.
Incredibly intricate. So an expert in UPVC isn't just dealing with a simple latch. They need to diagnose and repair a complex mechanism.
And if they mess it up?
You could compromise the entire security of your door.
Wow.
So yeah, it signals a higher level of expertise for a very common type of door. It's a key distinction.
Makes sense.
And they also emphasize their local presence. In Brixton, for example, they mention working near Brixton Academy, Electric Avenue, Brockwell Park.
So they know the area well.
It suggests they do.
Yeah.
Which usually translates to faster response times and maybe a better grasp of specific local security issues.
And they have customer feedback.
Yeah, we saw some compelling testimonials, like John D. called them fast and professional.
Yeah.
Said he was locked out. They arrived quickly, solved it fast. Highly recommended.
Nice.
And Mike W. described them as the best locksmith service I have used. Said they were friendly, efficient, reliable, and handled his UPVC door lock issue easily.
So real-world examples backing up the claims.
Exactly. These aren't just compliments. They're confirming those core things. Speed, professionalism, and that specialized UPVC knowledge.
Which, in an emergency, is exactly what you need for peace of mind.
Absolutely. And if you need them, the numbers are 02070460969 or mobile 077-451-342214, and the email is email protected.
Okay, so that covers the emergency side of things, really crucial info for when, every second feels like an hour.
Mm-hmm.
But what about all those other times when you're not in a total panic, maybe you just need a spare key cut, or you're thinking proactively about, say, boosting your home security?
Right, because security isn't just about reacting, is it? It's about planning ahead.
Exactly. So let's pivot now. Let's talk about those everyday needs where specialized local businesses can be real unsung heroes.
Yeah, this is where you see the wider ecosystem of security services. Tailored solutions that you might not even think about until you actually need them.
Like key cutting. Seems simple.
It does seem simple. Take key cutting and duplication, say, in Streatham. Most people think, oh, just copy a key. But for modern locks, getting a precise duplicate is absolutely critical.
Why is that? A key is a key, isn't it?
Not quite. A poorly cut key, even if it seems to work initially, can actually wear down or damage the internal mechanism of your lock over time.
Leading to bigger problems down the line.
Exactly. More expensive repairs or even needing a whole new lock eventually.
So finding someone reliable for just a simple key cut is actually important.
It is. And often it's those smaller local places that really shine. We found Danny's Shoe Repairs and Key Cutting. It's at 117 Streatham High Road.
Shoe repairs and key cutting.
Yeah. What's insightful about a place like Danny's is they specialize in fast, accurate duplication for lots of different household keys.
Accuracy being the key word there, literally.
Yeah, no pun intended. But it's true. They offer a friendly walk-in service, and apparently they're known locally for reliable cutting at good prices.
That blend of convenience and trusted precision sounds like a proper local gem.
That's the feeling.
Right?
Plus, yeah, you can get your shoes fixed too. Handy.
Very handy. Do we have a contact for Danny's?
Yep. The number is 07796 246 869.
Okay, so household keys covered. What about car keys? They seem to get more complicated every year.
Oh, tell me about it. Losing or breaking a car key now isn't just inconvenient. It can be a proper electronic headache.
With the chips and programming and all that?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Modern keys usually have transponder chips inside that need to be programmed specifically to your car. Just cutting the middle shape does nothing.
Right. And main dealers? They charge a fortune for that, don't they?
Astronomical prices, often. Hundreds, sometimes even more, for a replacement key and the programming.
Yeah, I've heard those horror stories. So a big insight for listeners must be that there are usually better alternatives.
Definitely. They're often more cost-effective and quicker options. In Streatham, for instance, Timpson stores are often a go-to.
Timpson? Like the shoe repair and key cutting place?
The very same.
Yeah.
But they've branched out significantly into car keys. Specifically, the branch inside the Tesco on Streatham High Road.
Okay, what do they offer?
They offer same-day replacement service for lost or broken car keys, key fobs, even the little batteries inside them.
Same day. That's impressive.
It is. And what's really valuable for you, the listener, is their claim that prices are often lower than the main dealers.
How do they manage that? Why choose them over going back to the car manufacturer?
Well, it seems to boil down to specialization and scale.
Hmm.
Timson invests heavily in universal programming equipment and training that covers a huge range of makes and models.
Ah, so they're not tied to just one brand's overheads.
Exactly. They can service multiple brands efficiently. For you, it means getting access to expert technicians who can program that transponder key, often much cheaper than the dealer, and sometimes, on the very same day.
That's a massive saving, time and money.
Huge. Especially when you're stuck without your car key. Their number is ear20-876-97976.
That is a really useful tip for anyone with a modern car. Okay, let's switch gears again. What about proactively beefing up your home security?
Right, planned upgrades.
Sometimes you don't need a locksmith to install a new lock, you just need to buy a good quality one. But faced with a wall of locks in a shop?
Yeah.
How do you choose?
It can be daunting. But good hardware stores are key here. In Streatham, Leyland SDM at 148 Streatham High Road comes up as a reputable option for this exact thing.
Okay, Leyland SDM. What makes them a good choice?
Well, this is where a bit of product knowledge really helps you out. They stock a broad selection: locks, door handles, security hardware, things like mortise locks, cylinder locks, padlocks.
Okay, hold on. Mortise locks, cylinder locks. What's the difference? Why does it matter for my home?
Good question. A mortise lock, for instance, is actually set into the edge of the door itself, inside a pocket or mortise.
Ah, so it's embedded in the wood.
Exactly. This generally offers better resistance against forced entry because the lock mechanism is protected by the door's structure. You often find them in solid timber doors. Classic, robust choice.
Okay, makes sense. And cylinder locks.
Cylinder locks are probably more familiar to most people. They're very versatile. You see them in UPVC doors a lot, or as standard rim locks, the ones mounted on the surface of the door.
Right.
Their security level can vary massively, though, depending on the quality and design. Some have advanced features like anti-pick, anti-snap, anti-drill protection.
So not all cylinder locks are created equal.
Definitely not. And then, of course, you have padlocks ranging from basic ones for maybe a garden shed up to really high security models with hardened steel shackles for gates or outbuildings.
Yeah.
The key insight with a place like Leyland SDM is that they're not just selling you the hardware. They offer expert advice.
Ah, so they can help you choose the right type of lock for your specific door and security need.
Precisely. Making sure it's suitable, meets any insurance requirements perhaps, and gives you genuine peace of mind. They're open Monsat, have an online store too, and the number is 020-31460-811.
So these local places really cover a wide range of needs, don't they?
They really do. It highlights how diverse security needs are and how convenience, value, and specialist knowledge are often right there in your neighborhood.
Okay, so we've kind of mapped out the landscape of services. We've got the emergency response, the everyday needs, the places to buy hardware. Now, maybe the most crucial part of this deep dive. How do you, the listener, actually navigate all these options? How do you make the absolute best choice for your specific situation, whether it's panic stations or a planned upgrade?
This is where being an informed consumer becomes incredibly powerful.
Right. Let's get into that.
Okay, first things first. When choosing any locksmith, emergency or not, verifying their credentials is non-negotiable.
We mentioned Locksmith for London being certified, insured, vetted, but what does certified actually mean? How can you check?
That's the key question. You should look for accreditations from well-known, reputable bodies. In the UK, the Master Locksmiths Association, or MLA, is a big one.
Okay, MLA.
Getting their accreditation isn't easy. It means rigorous training, background checks, regular inspections, and sticking to high ethical standards. It's not just a sticker on a van.
So it's a real mark of quality should you ask for proof.
Absolutely. Don't feel awkward about asking to see proof of insurance, their certification, or an ID card. A legitimate professional locksmith will expect it and won't have any issue showing you. Transparency is key.
That's a really practical tip. Don't just take their word for it. Ask to see the proof. Okay, what about pricing? We like Locksmith for London's transparency, but generally, what questions should you always ask up front to avoid nasty surprises?
You need to get a full breakdown of the potential cost before they start any work. Don't just accept a vague quote.
What does a full breakdown include?
Ask, does the quote include VAT? What's the hourly labor rate? Or is it a fixed job price? What's the estimated cost of any parts needed? Are there any extra fees like for mileage or the time of day or weekend callouts even if they advertise no callout charge?
So the no call-out charge might not cover everything.
Sometimes it just means they don't charge you simply for turning up, but the clock starts ticking the moment they start working, or there are other fees involved. Ask about the likely total cost for your specific problem.
Right. Get an estimate for the whole job.
Yes, doing that homework up front is your best defense against being overcharged. Plenty of consumer guides stress this exact point.
And guarantees. We talked about the one-year one from Locksmith for London. That really stood out as a sign of quality, didn't it?
It absolutely does. A solid warranty covering both parts and the labor involved isn't just a nice extra. It signals that the company is confident in its work and the products it's using.
So if a company is hesitant to offer a decent guarantee, or it's very short,
That should probably ring some alarm bells. Why aren't they willing to stand behind their work? It's a fair question to ask yourself.
okay, another big area. DIY versus calling a professional. Lots of guides online offer tips for simple fixes.
Yeah, things like if your key is sticking, maybe try a bit of graphite powder or WD-40 first. Or if you're locked out, obviously check all other doors and windows first, or see if a neighbor has a spare. Basic troubleshooting.
But when does trying to fix it yourself become a bad idea? When should you definitely call a pro?
You know, I've heard those stories too. Someone tries to pick their own lock with a paperclip.
Yeah, and they end up bending the pins inside, making it way worse.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Turning a simple lockout, which a pro could solve quickly, into a situation where the lock is actually damaged and needs replacing. That's a perfect example.
So the DIY attempt ends up costing more.
Precisely. The cost of DIY failure can be much higher than the professional's fee, especially if you're dealing with complex locks, like those multi-point UPVC ones we mentioned.
Or car keys with transponders.
Definitely. Or anything securing your main entry points for home or business. Trying to force a sophisticated lock can damage it beyond repair, damage the door itself, or compromise your security. Knowing your limits is actually part of good security management.
It's not just knowing when to call, but also being sure you're calling someone reputable. Sadly, like in many trades, there are rogue operators out there.
Unfortunately, yes. The locksmith industry isn't immune. So how can you, the listener, spot potential red flags and protect yourself?
What are the warning signs?
Be observant. Does the locksmith arrive in an unmarked vehicle? Do they look professional, maybe have a uniform? Are they vague about the company name or details?
Okay, what else?
Be wary if they immediately insist the lock must be drilled and replaced, without even trying less destructive methods first. Sometimes drilling is necessary, but often it's not the first resort for a skilled locksmith.
Right, it might be the quickest way for them, but the most expensive for you.
Exactly. Also, be suspicious if they only accept cash, or if they put you under pressure to make an immediate decision about expensive upgrades.
Fair points.
Always ask for identification. Check online reviews, look for recent, detailed feedback, not just star ratings, and trust your gut. If something feels off, you have the right to refuse the service before they start.
And if you do have a bad experience?
Document everything. Get names, dates, times, take photos if you can, keep receipts. Then contact consumer protection agencies or relevant trade bodies like the MLA. There are guides out there like 7Qs that you are dealing with a rogue locksmith that offer really specific advice. Being informed and vigilant is your best protection.
Okay, so let's pull all this together. What does this deep dive really mean for you?
Well, I think it means that your peace of mind when it comes to your locks and keys is actually within reach. It's about making informed decisions, not just reacting.
Right. We've seen the value of rapid, reliable, and transparent emergency services, like Locksmith for London, how their speed, clear pricing, and guarantees offer not just a fix, but genuine reassurance.
And we've uncovered that whole ecosystem of specialized local providers, particularly in places like Streatham. Danny's for getting keys cut accurately, Timpson for saving you a packet on car keys.
And Leyland SDM for getting the right hardware and the right advice when you want to upgrade things yourself.
Exactly. And crucially, we've hopefully armed you with that essential wisdom, how to check credentials, ask the right questions about price, understand why guarantees matter, know when DIY is okay and when it's not.
And how to spot those potential red flags to avoid getting ripped off. It's about empowering you to navigate this landscape confidently.
So here's a final thought to leave you with. In our world, we're often so focused on digital security passwords, firewalls, all that. But how often do we consciously think about the fundamental security of our physical spaces, our homes, our businesses, even our cars?
That's a good point. We maybe take locks for granted until they fail.
Right. So maybe consider this. What one small proactive step could you take this week? Now that you know more about your options and what to look for, could you review your current locks? Check if your keys are getting worn. Maybe just save the number of a reputable local locksmith in your phone before you actually need one. Just a thought.
A very practical thought. Keep diving deep into the topics that matter to your everyday life, and we'll be right here to help you unpack them.